Today you'll be making the base of your bobblehead. You will need on your brown paper or newspaper, block of clay, maybe some tools if you're adding texture. There are needle tools that can create fine line details if you want to draw something onto your clay after you create it. And there are wooden tools that can be pressed into the clay to create a space that is raised up or a space that is lower, if you'd like to use a wooden tool as well. To create this base, which is a pinch pot that's shaped into a cone, you're going to take your clay and you're going to shape it into a ball first. You can do that between your two hands. You can roll it on the table if you'd like, whatever works best for you. Once you have it in that ball shape, you're going to start pressing your thumb in one end of the ball, and you're going to use your fingers to squeeze on the outside. Your thumb is on the inside, fingers on the outside. You do not want to stretch it out too much. You don't want it to end up being a plate or a pancake. And you are not pushing your thumb all the way through that ball of clay. It's about halfway. Take my other hand and start squeezing the other end to shape the top into a cone. Once I get that started, it's kind of rough texture right now, I can take my hand and lightly roll that cone on my paper to get rid of some of that texture that was created from squeezing the clay. I don't want to press too hard and flatten the cone. I just want to smooth it out a little bit. So once the cone has been created, pointed on the top, hollow on the inside, my next job is to write my initials and room number on the inside before I forget to do that. So write your initials and room number on the inside. Mrs. K has that written on the board for you, if you don't remember. Now it's time to think about texture. So on my bulldog bobblehead, I have just the front two legs visible. And what I did here is I just took a tool and I pressed along the right side. I need to put my finger on the inside so I don't smash that cone. Pressed on the right side of this leg, smooth that out with a tool or your finger. Press on the left side of this leg, smooth it out with my finger so that leg is then raised up. I can use my fingers to pinch the clay to make it a little more noticeable. And then I just used a tool to identify between each of the toes. So I have a foot here. You can also take extra clay, maybe break some clay off before you start. Roll a little coil. This I will need to scratch or score the clay. And I'll need to add water. There are water cups in your tray. Add some water into those score marks. Place this piece of clay on top. So instead of pressing in, I'm attaching a piece of clay. I'm going to blend it in up here so it's part of the body. It's not just sticking out. Clean up my edges where I've attached it. And then at the bottom, take a tool and separate those toes again for the bottom of the foot. So two different options. You can attach clay. You can make indentations with tools to just manipulate the clay that's attached to the base. Or you can take your tool and draw, like maybe your character or object has a shirt or something on. You want to draw what that shirt looks like. You can draw that design right into the clay if you'd like. You can write on it. It's up to you. But you will make the base a cone, starting with a pinch pot, and then add whatever texture you need. When you are done, your project is going to go into your marked project bin, and you're going to place 4 of them in the 4 corners of your project bin. Someone will be around to collect those at the end of class. You need to clean up your own tools. Please do not place these sharp tools in the can of tools. I don't want someone to hurt themselves reaching for other tools, so put these just in the supply tray, water cup back in the supply tray, then wooden tools go back into the cup. If you have extra clay that you didn't use, there will be a bag on the back table that you can add this to. Your newspaper or brown paper can go in the trash so we can clean off tables.